What's up, guys? We back in the lab. It's Redline here, back with another Division video. I want to give you guys my Iron Horse Iron Man build. I've been asked since Iron Horse dropped, what's my build, what's my build, what's my build. There's a couple do's and don'ts. I've run through several iterations of this build, and I want to just give you my current one I'm running now. I'm running 5 reds, 1 blue. There's only a couple things that are must-haves. The first 2 things are the Rock and Roll and the Ravenous. The Ravenous, so you can proc the 5 left, 1 right armor so you stay alive, and the Rock and Roll so you can stop the wipe. I'm rocking a Chill Out mask with hazard protection from elites mod, and a burn resistance mod. These are must-haves. Hazard protection, armor regen are must-haves. I'm running a Walker Harris with hazard protection, crit damage. I wish crit damage was armor regen. That'll put me at my recommended at least 40k. I'm running a perfect intimidate chest piece with armor regen and hazard protection. I'm also running another Golem, hazard protection, armor regen. That's kind of the theme here. You want to have 100% burn resistance and armor regen. Again, Walker Harris knee pads, hazard protection, armor regen. And I'm running a Bellstone with those same rolls, hazard protection, armor regen. I run a decoy to distract Pfizer just in case anything goes wrong or I need them to look away. And if I go down, I'm running a Reviver Hive to recover. Couple things about this build: crit chance, crit damage, non-essential. They are what they are. Who cares? The main thing you want to have is at least 2 blue. The main thing you want to have is at least 2 reds on this build. I recommend 20 to 40k armor regen. If you're new to this, I can run no armor regen and keep myself alive, but I always recommend 20 to 40k for those trying to learn. And you want to get as much burn resistance as possible so you don't catch on fire. I believe for that to happen, you need to be at like 97%, but you see here I'm at 99%. Those are the only main things that you need to have: 2 reds, armor regen, hazard protection, burn resistance, rock and roll, ravenous. I'll have a second build for you guys, but I'm gonna show you guys how I do the room. Peace. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys how I run the room. We had a couple slip-ups during this run, and that'll be good for me to show you how to handle stuff when things go wrong. First thing I'm gonna show you is how to get codes, which is just above B, as you can see there. Here are the codes if you don't know them. Each code corresponds to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which screens that we have in the control room. So I'm gonna get the code, as you see it was F, so that's screen 1. This will allow Pfizer to pop up, and we can begin the encounter. As you can see, as I get bonus armor, I'm able to proc Intimidate, which gives me more damage on the boss and prep him for when we finish him. I always keep my eye, as you can see on the code. That was 1 again. It's the part where I damage Pfizer, and I kind of get as much damage as I can during the beginning encounter. I generally could get this faster, but I decided to take it slow since we had a few inexperienced people in this raid. Me being able to get Pfizer down to 4 bars, like right at 4 bars, allows me to conserve ammo, especially since I have so much damage. When he throws a grenade, it's like double damage alongside his flame. So if you can like move in and out of that, that'll be good. As you can see, I look up to go ahead and get them the code. And give them the code again. You want to aim here, right here where it's blowing at, with the rock and roll, to stop the wipe. Again, as I said in the build part of this video, you want to make sure you always having a rock and roll. Rock and roll gives you so much ammo that you'll be able to stop the wipe. I'm just pouring it on, putting some damage on Pfizer to prep him, so that way I can conserve any ammo I need to finish him off in the end. I'm calling out codes. Notice I'm keeping the codes in my screen, so that way I can see it and give it to Mo upstairs in the control room. Now, you see how close I have him to 4 bars? I go ahead and start shooting the train. If I do 5 left, 1 right, it procs the Ravenous. 5 left, 1 right, procs the Ravenous. If this was a situation where the guys weren't able to get the rockets in because of intimidating the rock and roll, I'll actually be able to DPS the gun down myself. But fortunately, I didn't have to do that on this run. Now here I'm just staying alive, doing my thing, using the decoy to distract him, just so I can stay alive. 5 left, 1 right. I've done enough damage to him. I've already prepped him for my team to come in and do the damage when it's time. We're taking a while to get the codes, so that's when I notice some things are like starting to go wrong. We may have missed a few codes. We may have missed a few codes. So now I have to just take my time and just stop the wipes to just stay in the room. Again, shoot the glowing part of his backpack, the bottom, the cylinder part. Drop a decoy to stay out of the boss's way, keep him distracted, so I can just use the least amount of ammo as possible in case something goes wrong. In this case, it looked like it would be at one point. When the gun raises up, that's how you can tell it's getting ready to be rocket time again. I'm looking up to see if Mo had lifted the crucible. He hasn't. I think they were having issues upstairs, and I thought it would cause an issue so it wouldn't cause a wipe, so I started DPSing the gun here. But fortunately I didn't need to do the DPS because we had both rockets. Again, 5 left, 1 right keeps you alive. On a regen between 20 and 40k. All that works together and synergize. Something went wrong. We didn't have our guy inside the room, so I decided to DPS it instead of wait. With my damage, I can take out all 3 weak points by myself. Again, it's the difference between knowing what to do and understanding what to do. How do you function when something goes wrong? I can still use the 5 left, 1 right Ravenous shot on these weak points to keep me alive, just like I came off the train. Five left, 1 right, get that intimidate for the rock and roll. The DPS the cylinder at the bottom. We shoot the last weak point right here. That's how you adapt when something goes wrong with your team. What does your build do to be able to help your team out? And how do you cope with these problems? We drop the metal, molten metal, on top of the train. I throw a decoy out around this point when they get water, so Pfizer can look at that instead of me. Proc the water, stop the wipe. I do go down, but I have a revival hive to keep me right back up. And now at this point we stop the wipe, so it's all about just getting in the room, finishing Pfizer off, and moving on to throughout the raid.
Multiple hostiles inbound.
Now just about the damage that my team comes in and put on Pfizer, get him out of the game. We finish him off just a little bit more. You shoot a grenade on him, stops the animation cycle, get your loot. Most of it is trash, as normal. And then we just kill ourselves. Simple as that. I appreciate you guys stopping by here. Stay tuned. I have a newbie build you guys can use easy to make to do the same thing. It's just a little bit different, so just hang in there. It's a easier build for you guys to make. Okay, so this is the build I was talking about. This is on my second character, who's not as developed as my main character. I'm running True Patriot with a Vanguard, 100% burn resistance, no armor regen. That's because of the white buff on True Patriot. I get my damage. I don't run 2 reds because I get my damage from both the backpack of True Patriot and also the red buff on True Patriot. I proc Vanguard to give me any extra armor that I may need. This subsequently allows me to stay alive and also give my team armor if need be. And I could, generally do the same exact things I do with my main build with this build. Again, like I said, the essential things: rock and roll, ravenous. You want some type of armor regen, which I get from True Patriot's white buff, and must 100% burn resistance. Here are the rest of my stats. They're nothing major, but this is not a maxed out build. It's kind of just one I have on my second character, as I made different versions of this build over the course of time. And this one works just as well. We get extra ammo for the rock and roll and the ravenous, so allow me to stop the white easier. So I don't need any reds at all on this build. I just stack hazard protection on each piece. That allows me to just do my thing. As you can see, I got repair skills on that chest piece. As long as I have the hazard protection, 100% burn resistance, some sort of armor regen, ravenous, rock and roll, I can do the same sort of thing. So this is an easier build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed the channel. Hopefully give me a like and a sub. Oh, here we go. They're calling me for another raid, so I'm off, guys. You need help, come through the LCN Discord, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.